Hello everyone, my name is Cliff96 and just wanted to make a test video for Fallout 4. I wanted to show today just the perks that I took and the stats that I have in special, and this is for a stealth Sandman ninja build, so one that is focused on not being seen and then using multipliers to max out my damage instead of using something like gunslinger or rifleman. To start off with, the stats that I do have here, you can see these weren't what I had originally, but the skills that I had, or the stats that I wanted originally, to make sure I could hit certain things, really focused around strength and perception and charisma. I had initially wanted to be able to have okay aiming in VATS and have the ability to lockpick so that I could get some of the secrets that were in behind locks. I wanted strength 3 to have the armorer ability, which is very nice for being able to make sure that I've got the specific armor mods that I want instead of waiting for mods that I have from drops. As well, then I had charisma. I wanted to have base building and get some abilities out of that, and then be able to determine how conversations were going based off my charisma to be able to influence people. The final one, agility, I did take at 9 right away, with the thought that I would be able to get the bobblehead to max out at 10, agility being the stat and special that is driving the sneaking ability to be able to not be seen by those mobs that are out there. Then focusing on perks that I've taken so far, once again did mention armor to make sure that I can get the mods that I wanted. I do have a few that are here from magazines. Black Widow, I did have a few levels in there that just was able to pick something that wasn't really necessary for my build, but just to try things out, so I've got that in there. Cap Collector, I did choose this along with Local Leader so that I would be able to do a little more in settlements, just to be able to get a bunch of caps from things. Gun Nut, same thing as with armor. This is going to help with making sure that I've got the mods that I want. Along with that, it can be thought that you're going to just get the things that you need from drops eventually, but Gun Nut and armor will help if you get a legendary drop to be able to change that to what you would like. Okay, moving on. Did take a couple of ranks in Gunslinger here, to make sure that if I did get spotted, if I get into a shootout, that it's going to do a little more damage, but we'll find that really I don't do well. If I'm going toe-to-toe with somebody, I have to move on to a shotgun to be able to do much if I am spotted. As I mentioned before, Local Leader, so this is just the ability to make things a little bit easier for myself with the supply lines so that I wouldn't have to have all of my individual settlements to have things. Ultimately, Local Leader and Cap Collector falling by the wayside a little bit as I'm doing a little bit less in the settlements. Mentioned before, I wanted to be able to have the ability to lockpick to get some of those secrets. You've got a few things that are behind a skill wall, those being Hacker and Locksmith, and I believe one other I can't think of right now. Moving on, with a sneak build, really having Companion, just a complete pain in the ass. They break stealth for you. They're going to pull mobs all the time, and if you do get spotted, if you go into caution, they're going to head into a fight. They're going to cause the fight to progress, which you obviously don't want to do if you've got a sneak build. I did take a stat in Medic so that I'd be able to have the clinics in my settlement. I am thinking to focus on this a little bit as I move forward, because in the event that I do once again get spotted, this is going to help me out. Could be balanced with the last level of Sneak, which will allow me to get far enough away, engage Sneak, and then not be seen. Sandman is a great ability. Being able to kill any mob in their sleep is horrible in and of itself. It seems to me you don't actually get experience for doing that, but if you just point something at their head and shoot, If you are in sneak and have a silenced weapon, it is going to do 50% more damage now for me. The levels before this being 15% more damage with silenced weapons and 30% more damage with silenced weapons. Really wanted the idea of having night vision. It helps a lot when I am sneaking, and the hours of 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. are going to be my best time. The darker time period is going to work better for me. As well, +3 perception helps a little bit with aiming and VATS, but oftentimes I do have to manually aim so that I can get headshots with either a sniper rifle or a pistol. Adding in more multipliers, we've got Ninja, so if I am in sneak mode, I'm getting multipliers there. I do have a level I believe that I can take already. I am at level 36 right now, but did pass it up for other perks because they had better multipliers at that time. Rifleman, once again, you can see here I've got a little bit in Rifleman. These will be skills that I can bring back in just to make sure I cap out on damage, and this was adding 40%. Science, just wanted to have the ability to do certain things with armor mods and with gun mods. The gun mod that's in particular that this was necessary for are the tactical scopes, so the high level scopes for both pistols and for rifles. Mistakenly took Scrapper. It was early on, I was young, I didn't know what I was doing, it was a waste. Here we've got Sneak 4, so this was getting me high up on that, 50% harder to detect. I do have the bobblehead, which gave me another 10%, and running no longer adversely affects stealth. Apart from that, then, the next level up is going to allow that if I'm far enough away and I engage Sneak, that it will remove me from combat. And that is everything. So once again, just wanted to have a test video to see how this would work out. Enjoyed having the chance to talk to everyone about this, and hoping to have videos next about how I can take out certain mobs, for instance, a group of ghouls or a giant character like a behemoth in very few shots and without being seen.